My name is Ava Collins, and for almost 2 years, I thought I knew exactly who my boyfriend was. I knew his routine, his habits, the way he'd text me every morning like clockwork. So when things started to feel slightly off, I noticed. Not in a dramatic way, just small things. The kind most people ignore. But instead of asking questions, I did something he never would have expected. I acted like I didn't notice anything at all. Because by then, I had already found something I wasn't supposed to see. And I needed time to be sure. If you had met Ethan, you would have probably liked him. He was the kind of guy who knew exactly how to present himself. Calm, attentive, always saying the right thing at the right time. My friends thought I got lucky. Even my parents liked him. And for a long time, I believed that too. But the thing about people like Ethan is, they don't slip all at once. It happens in pieces. At first, it was just little changes. He started canceling plans last minute, taking calls in another room, putting his phone face down more often than usual. Nothing obvious. Nothing you could point at and say, this is it. And that's exactly why it worked. Because doubt grows slowly, until one moment makes everything connect. For me, that moment came on a random Thursday night. Not during an argument. Not during anything serious. Just a notification, one name, and a message that wasn't meant for me to see. I wasn't trying to go through his phone. That's not who I am. But he had left it on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower, and the screen lit up. I wasn't even close to it. But I saw enough. A name I didn't recognize. And a message that said, I miss you. When are you coming back? At first, I told myself it could mean anything. A friend. A coworker. Something innocent. That's what I wanted to believe. But something about the way it was written. It didn't feel casual. It felt familiar. Too familiar. I didn't open the message. I didn't scroll. I didn't confront him. Instead, I put the phone exactly where it was. And pretended I never saw it. Because in that moment, I understood something important. If I asked him about it, he'd have an answer ready. And I wouldn't know if it was true. But if I stayed quiet, he'd keep acting normal. And eventually, he'd make a mistake. So that's exactly what I did. I acted like nothing had changed. I still answered his calls. Still made plans. Still smiled at all the same jokes. And I could tell. He felt comfortable. Safe. Like whatever he was hiding was still hidden. But behind all of that, I started paying attention. Not in an obvious way. Just small things. Patterns. The days he disappeared for a few hours. The excuses that started repeating. The places he said he had been, but never talked about in detail. And then I noticed something else. There were gaps. Pieces of time that didn't match the life he had shown me. And the more I looked at it, the clearer it became. This wasn't just a mistake. It wasn't just another girl. It was something bigger. Like there was a part of his life that existed completely outside of mine. A few days later, I got my confirmation. Not directly. Not in a way he could explain away. It happened when I followed something small. Something he thought I'd never question. And what I found didn't just confirm my suspicion. It changed everything I thought I knew about him. Because Ethan didn't just have secrets. He had another life. A completely separate version of himself that I was never supposed to find. And the worst part? He was good at it. Really good. Good enough that if I hadn't seen that one message, I probably never would have known. At that point, I had two choices. I could confront him, or I could wait. And I chose to wait. Because if I ended it right there, I'd never know how far it actually went. So instead, I played along. I let him believe everything was normal, while I quietly put the pieces together. And the more I learned, the more I realized, he wasn't just lying to me. He had built something that depended on me not finding out. Which meant, if I moved carefully enough, I could be the one who decided how it all ended. And the moment he finally slipped, it wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was small. Simple. But it was enough. Enough to expose everything he had been hiding. All at once. And by the time he realized what had happened, it was already too late to fix it. So if you think finding out the truth is the hardest part, it's not. The hardest part is deciding what to do once you already know. Subscribe.